Have you ever felt like you're up against something that's out to keep you down? Everywhere you look, distractions and temptations are trying to weaken you, making it hard to be the person you were truly meant to be. Here's the truth no one wants to admit. You are not a victim. You have the power to break free from this cycle and reclaim your life. You can master your desires and become the best version of yourself. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can rise above the distractions and take control of your masculinity. We'll dive into timeless principles that will help you break free from what holds you back. If you're ready for that change, stay with me until the end, because this could transform your life. Lust and distraction are everywhere, on your phone, in your social media, and even when you walk down the street. But this isn't by chance. It's part of a system designed to weaken you. This isn't about blaming anyone else. It's about your choices as a man. Lust is more than just a passing thought. It steals your focus, your energy, and your potential. It keeps you from focusing on what really matters. Too many men are trapped in these cycles, unaware of how much they've been controlled by their desires. Are you ready to take control again? Ready to reclaim your mind, your body, your power? Drop a comment below and let me know you're with me on this journey. Let's break it down. Number 1, lust is the ultimate distraction. Every day, you're walking into a battlefield, even if you don't realize it. Lust is one of the strongest forces designed to distract and control you. It's in the apps you scroll, in the content you consume. It's not a coincidence. It's part of a system that has been used for centuries. Lust isn't new. It's been used to take down civilizations, ruin lives, and distract great men from their true purpose. Today, it's even more pervasive thanks to social media and constant digital access. The system knows exactly how to keep you hooked, how to make you scroll, how to keep you chasing the next moment of temporary satisfaction. Every time you give in to that desire, you lose a little bit of yourself. Your energy, your focus, your willpower, they start slipping away. These platforms are designed to keep you hooked, feeding the cycle. And most of the time, you're feeding into it without even realizing it. But here's the key. You have the power to change this. The first step is realizing that you're caught in a trap. Too many men don't even see it, thinking this constant distraction is just a normal part of life. But it's not. This isn't the life you were meant to live. You were meant for more than empty distractions. You were meant to be a leader, a builder, someone who creates something of real value. When you start seeing lust for what it really is, a tool of control, you can break free. Think about it. When was the last time you felt fully in control of your thoughts and actions? Lust creeps in slowly, quietly, but it has the power to take over your mind, your body, your life. It starts with a small distraction, a fleeting thought, and before you know it, it's running the show. Your energy is drained, your focus shattered. And for what? A moment of pleasure that leaves you feeling more empty than before. If you're tired of being stuck in this cycle, it's time to make a change. You need to see lust for what it is, not a natural desire, but a form of manipulation. The system doesn't care about your happiness. It's about keeping you hooked, keeping you distracted, and profiting off your attention. But here's the most important thing. You are not powerless. Right now, you have the choice to take back your life. It won't be easy, but nothing worth achieving ever is. The alternative is living as a slave to your impulses, chasing after something that will never truly fulfill you. So I want you to ask yourself, what kind of man do you want to be? Are you going to continue letting distractions control your life, or are you ready to take action and fight back? The choice is yours. Number 2, blaming others weakens you. Take responsibility. When men struggle with distractions or unhealthy desires, The easy path is to point fingers, blaming women, society, or external circumstances. They'll say, if women dressed more modestly, if society didn't glorify certain behaviors, I wouldn't feel this way. It's a convenient excuse, but it's a weak one, and here's why. Blaming women for your own desires is like blaming fire for burning you when you choose to touch it. Fire does what fire does. It burns. The problem isn't the fire, it's your decision to play with it. Women, and how they present themselves, have always been part of the culture. The difference now is how you've been conditioned to react. It's not about them, it's about you and how you respond. Real men take responsibility for their actions, their thoughts, and their desires. Weak men blame others. The moment you start blaming women, you lose your power. You're saying, I'm not in control of myself. Do you realize how disempowering that is? True masculinity is about control, discipline, and strength. It's about looking at the world as it is and adapting to it. It's saying, I can't control what others do, but I can control myself. Think about it. If a woman walks by wearing something that catches your attention and your immediate reaction is desire, that's a reflection of your own lack of discipline. It's not about her, it's about your own control. If you were truly in control of your mind, her presence wouldn't shake you. You'd see her as just another person, not an object of temptation. That's the kind of man you want to be, right? Someone so in control of his own mind that nothing outside of him can throw him off course. And here's where accountability comes in. Stop blaming the world around you. Start looking at yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, why am I reacting this way? What's going on inside me that's making me vulnerable to these distractions? The truth is, until you take responsibility for your actions, you will never truly be free. Blaming others is easy. Owning your behavior is hard. But it's the only way to grow and become the man you're meant to be. Taking responsibility doesn't mean letting others walk all over you. It means focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't. It means knowing that your reactions, your thoughts, and your actions are yours to control. So the next time you feel tempted to blame someone else for your struggles, stop and think. Are you acting like the man you want to be, or are you making excuses? Are you taking control or giving it away? Every excuse you make is a chain that keeps you bound. Every time you take responsibility, you break free. This is the mindset you need to cultivate if you want to conquer distractions and become the man you're meant to be. Number 3, pornography is stealing your potential. Pornography may seem harmless, just a private escape, something everyone does. But deep down, you know it's not. You feel it every time you close that browser window, every time the rush fades, and you're left with that hollow, empty feeling. That's not satisfaction. That's your mind, your body, your soul crying out for something more. Porn isn't just entertainment, it's a weapon, aimed directly at your mind, your confidence, and your future. Every time you indulge in it, you're teaching your brain to crave instant, cheap highs. Every click, every binge reinforces a cycle of addiction that chips away at your potential. Let's break it down. It destroys your ambition. The energy you should be putting into your goals, your fitness, your relationships, or your career is instead wasted on a screen. You feel lethargic afterward, and your motivation vanishes. That's no coincidence. Porn rewires your brain to chase instant gratification instead of long-term success. How can you achieve anything meaningful if you're constantly giving in to the easiest, laziest form of pleasure? It wrecks your confidence. Porn creates a fake, distorted reality. The more you consume it, the more you disconnect from real relationships and real intimacy. You start comparing yourself to these exaggerated performances, and feel inadequate. Over time, this destroys your self-esteem. You begin to doubt your worth as a man. It hurts your relationships. Porn teaches you to view women not as people, but as objects for your pleasure. It conditions you to value lust and instant gratification over real connection and respect. It's no surprise that so many men struggle with loneliness and failing relationships. They've been conditioned by an addiction that blinds them to true love and connection. It steals your time. Think about how many hours you've lost to porn. Add up the late nights and quick sessions that turned into hours. What could you have accomplished with that time? How much closer could you be to the man you want to become? Porn isn't harmless. It's a thief. Every second you give to it is a second you'll never get back. So what can you do? It starts with making a decision. You have to decide that enough is enough. You're tired of feeling weak, tired of living in a cycle of regret and shame. It's time to reclaim your life. Start by creating barriers. Delete the apps, block the websites, and remove the triggers that make it easy to fall back into the habit. But don't stop there. Replace the habit with something productive. Go for a run, hit the gym, read a book, anything that builds you up instead of tearing you down. Accountability is key. Talk to someone you trust about your struggle and ask them to hold you accountable. Surround yourself with people who want to see you succeed, not those who enable your weaknesses. You're not alone. Millions of men are fighting the same battle, and some are choosing to fight, while others stay stuck in the cycle. Which one are you? Finally, focus on the bigger picture. Porn is just a symptom of a deeper issue: stress, boredom, loneliness, or a lack of purpose. If you want to break free for good, you need to address the root cause. Find your purpose, set meaningful goals, fill your life with things that challenge and excite you. The more fulfilled you are, the less power porn will have over you. This is a fight worth winning. You're not just breaking a habit, you're claiming your mind, your confidence, and your future. Imagine the man you'll become 1 year from now if you start today. The strength, the focus, the pride you'll feel, knowing you overcame something that once controlled you. That's what's waiting for you on the other side. Are you willing to fight for it? Triggers don't happen overnight, but it's possible to manage them. Instead of letting a trigger control you, see it as an opportunity to grow stronger. Each time you resist, you're building discipline. Every time you say no, you prove to yourself that you're in control. One of the most effective ways to build mental discipline is through mindfulness. When a trigger hits, pause, breathe, and acknowledge the feeling without reacting. Over time, you'll see the triggers lose their power. They'll still be there, but they won't control you. Visualization is another powerful tool. Imagine yourself walking away from temptation, feeling pride in choosing discipline. Visualize the person you want to become and let that image guide your actions. Each time you resist, you're rewiring your brain, breaking old habits and building new ones. Triggers are everywhere, and while you can't control the world, you can control how you respond. Preparation is key. Know your triggers and have a plan. Every time you face a trigger, you get a chance to grow stronger. Now, replace lust with purpose. Lust thrives in the absence of purpose. When you're not focused on something meaningful, your mind drifts toward distractions. But true fulfillment comes from pursuing a purpose, not chasing fleeting desires. Successful people don't waste time on lust. They're too busy building and creating. Purpose gives you direction and makes everything else secondary. Without purpose, distractions, including lust, take over. To change, start by finding something tangible and meaningful to commit to. Whether it's building a business, mastering a skill, or creating a legacy. The more you invest in your purpose, the less room there is for lust. Living with purpose means becoming the best version of yourself. It's not just about achieving goals, but living with passion, focus, and intensity. Purpose isn't found overnight. It's built over time. Every time you focus on your goals, you're investing in yourself and making progress. Love is also a choice, not an emotion. Society tells us love is about feelings and chemistry, but true love is about giving, not taking. It's about commitment, selflessness, and enduring through challenges. Most importantly, you can't truly love others until you love yourself. Set high standards, take care of your mind, body, and spirit, and you'll attract the right partners. Finally, the Stoic path to mastery is a powerful mindset. You can't control everything around you, but you can control how you respond. Lust starts in the mind, and Stoicism teaches you to rewrite the story, choose discipline over indulgence, strength over weakness. By focusing on what's within your control, you build self-mastery, which is the ultimate freedom. A moment of pleasure can lead to a lifetime of regret, but choosing discipline, enduring the discomfort of saying no, builds your strength, self-control, character, and pride. Every time you resist, you prove you're stronger than your impulses. The Stoics practiced visualization, mentally preparing for challenges before they came. You can use this to anticipate triggers and plan your response. Picture yourself in a tempting situation, visualize handling it with discipline, and feel the pride that comes with staying in control. This trains your mind to act intentionally, not impulsively. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on mortality to remind himself that life is short. Do you want to spend your days chasing temporary pleasures, or do you want to build something meaningful? The Stoic path is about choosing purpose and growth over fleeting distractions. There's a war being waged for your mind. Social media platforms, advertisers, and corporations exploit your weaknesses, using lust to keep you hooked and distracted. This constant bombardment conditions you to seek instant gratification and numbs your ability to focus deeply. The first step to winning this war is awareness. Recognize the tactics being used against you. Once you see the game for what it is, you can take action. Create boundaries to protect your mind. Limit social media, unfollow distractions, and use technology as a tool, not a trap. Every minute spent consuming is a minute not creating. Reclaim your attention, and you'll reclaim your freedom. Discipline is the foundation of every great man. It's not a gift, it's a skill, a muscle that grows stronger with use. But neglect it, and it weakens, leaving you vulnerable to impulses. Discipline is built in the small, everyday choices. Every time you resist the urge to snooze, skip the gym, or get distracted, you strengthen your discipline. Every time you push through discomfort and stay consistent, you master yourself. Building discipline isn't about perfection. It's about showing up and doing the work, even when you don't want to. It's hard to choose the tougher path when the easier one is right there, but that's what separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for mediocrity. Discipline starts with a decision to stop letting impulses control you. It's not about motivation. Discipline keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. Start small. Commit to one area of your life, whether it's waking up earlier or hitting the gym, and stick to it daily. It's going to be tough at first, but over time, it'll become part of who you are. Embrace discomfort to strengthen your discipline. Push yourself out of your comfort zone, tackle tasks you've been avoiding, and build momentum. Keep promises to yourself. Every time you follow through, you're reinforcing self-respect and trust in your own abilities. Discipline isn't about being rigid. It's about creating structure that allows you to thrive. The more disciplined you become, the more freedom you'll have to pursue your goals and build the life you want. Now ask yourself, Will you live as a slave or a king? A slave is controlled by desires, fears, and circumstances, while a king controls his actions and mindset. A slave waits for permission, a king takes action. The difference lies in mindset, not circumstances. A king makes decisions based on values and goals, not fleeting pleasures. To step into your role as a king, start by reclaiming your power. Stop giving energy to distractions and negativity. A king doesn't wait for the perfect moment. He creates it. He takes responsibility and faces challenges with courage and determination. Every day you choose. Will you live as a slave, controlled by your impulses, or rise as a king, mastering yourself and your destiny? This is a daily commitment, choosing discipline over indulgence, purpose over pleasure, and strength over weakness. The world needs more kings, men who lead with integrity and vision. The choice is yours. If this resonated with you, drop a comment. I take back my power. Don't keep this message to yourself. Share it with someone who's ready to level up.